So today we are going to be evaluating the following integral, which is going to be the integral of arcsine of x dx. And we are going to be using the following method to evaluate this integral. It's a method called IBP, integration by parts. And integration by parts is going to follow the following formula, which is going to be u times v minus the integral of v times du. Now let's just assign each of these variables. U is going to be equal to the function U is going to be the function whose derivative can be easily evaluated. So in this case, arcsine of x is going to be our u, because the derivative of arcsine of x is one of those things that teachers are going to expect you to know right off the top of your head. And then our v is going to be equal to cover up your u and integrate the rest. So in this case, because our u is going to be arcsine of x, we're going to cover up arcsine of x, and our u is just going to be the integral of dx. So in this case, integral of dx, which is just going to come to x. And then our du is just going to be equal to the derivative of our u. So with all of that being said, we can start to integrate this function, where it is that we're going to assign arcsine of x as our u. So u is equal to arcsine of x. Du, which is just going to be the derivative of our u term right over here, is going to be 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared dx. And then our v is going to be cover up our u and integrate the rest. So the integral of dx is just going to be x. So v is equal to integral of dx, also equal to x. So u times v minus the integral of v du. We're going to plug everything into its place. U times v is just going to be equal to x multiplied by the arcsine of x. So x arcsine of x minus the integral of v, which is just going to be x, du. Multiplied by du, our du is going to be 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared. So square root of 1 minus x squared dx. And this is one of those functions that can be easily integrated using a simple substitution. However, let's go through with it. If we wanted to evaluate this integral, we would assign our u to be 1 minus x squared. Our du would be negative 2x dx. And we could rewrite this whole integral in terms of u. So we can write this as the integral of negative a half 1 over u to the half, which is also going to be equal to 1 over u to the negative half. Negative 1 half times the integral of u to the negative half is going to be equal to negative half multiplied by u to the positive half divided by a half, which is going to be equal to 2. So we can cancel out these 2's right over here. We're going to be left with negative u to the half is just going to be the square root of 1 minus x squared. So this is going to be this portion right over here. So if we were to write all of this out, this would be simply the x arcsine of x. Now careful, right over here we have a minus over here and a minus over here, so they're going to cancel each other out. All we're going to be left with is going to be a plus. So x arcsine of x plus the square root of 1 minus x squared. And because this is an integral, we're going to throw a plus c at the end. And that's it. That's the integral of arcsine of x.